What is good feelings? So I did come on here to thoroughly apologize on some real shit, bro. Not really apologize because it's still it is whatever, bro. But I guess I'll kind of explain what I mean by now instead of beating around the pubic bush. So I came on here maybe a week or two ago saying Terrifier was a industry plan of a movie. And I really shit on it, bro. Not as bad as I shit on, the movie Terror, which, of course, the director got mad, or producer, or maybe an actor got mad and then got the video taken down and got my channel strike, so it's still fucked Terror to this day. But I did come on here and kind of shit on the movie, bro. So, to that I want to say, I did go watch Terrifier 2. Terrifier 2 came out, I think, in, 2022. Very recent. I think the first one came out in 2016. Terrifier 2 came out in 2021 or 22. Sometime within the past 4 years, bro. Definitely very recent during COVID. That had to do with that whole struggle. So I was expecting, not very much of an upgrade from the first one. Because the first one, like I said, was just a gore porn movie. There really was no storyline. The main character dies inside of it. There's a lot of stuff that people would go into it and kind of hate coming out of it if you're not really into that whole gore porn scene, which I kind of am. I really don't mind gore porn. I don't give a fuck about it. I grew up watching Final Destination series, the Jigsaw series, every movie inside that. I sat down by myself at the age of 14 and watched every Saw movie by myself, back to back to back, whatever the fuck it went to back then. I think it went to Saw 7 or some shit. So, I don't really mind it. Whenever people get cut and slice and dice and all that shit, I really don't mind the movie when it does that shit. But I just didn't think that it added anything to my life. The first one was kind of okay, cool, I guess. But, I did want to come on here and, show the same energy as I did with the first one as I am with this one. I learned a lot more of the backstory of Terrifier. Let me go ahead and say that before I say what the fuck I'm rating this movie. So, I didn't realize Terrifier was kind of made by a Sunseeker, which of course is my community name. Not somebody that's inside the community, but I consider anybody that's dream chasing as a Sunseeker. So he's a Sunseeker 1000%. He came up out the mud completely. I think he made that whole first movie with a very, very, very small budget. He kind of just had a dollar in a dream type shit, like J. Cole on some real shit. I didn't know that. I thought it was made by a production company. I was like, what the fuck? I will give a lot more leeway to somebody if I know they are doing something with what they have. Which of course the movie wasn't terrible. I think I gave it a 4.5 or something like that. But it just, I thought it was made by an old fashioned Paramount, or I don't know what the fuck, bro. I just thought it was made by somebody of higher quality. I don't know. But this man, set out to do this thing, make the Terrifier 1 movie. And, I gave my review on that. And then with that money, he created Terrifier 2, which of course a lot more money, chipped in from, I guess, donators. And I think a company picked up the movie series, I guess. And with this movie, he was able to do a lot more with this one. And I will say Terrifier 2, drastically better than the first one. So much so that this movie, I will come out and say, Terrifier is not an industry plan. I don't know why niggas think that now that I've seen the movies. I think I was looking at it from the outside looking in, and I was like, yo, why is everybody calling this series an industry plan movie? I've never heard of it, but I was thinking they were watching the series and then grading them out themselves. I just told you on the Joker movie, if you want to find out something about yourself, go watch it yourself. So I was tired of seeing niggas calling this series trash and industry plan, and I was like, let me just go watch this bullshit myself. So the first one, I was like, okay, maybe it might be industry plan if they're all like this. The second one, there's no way you watch this second one and think it's an industry plan movie. So that's why I'm coming on here to recant my statement. This is not an industry plan series. The series is actually cool. The series is actually pretty good from the second one, bro. The first one I gave a 4.5. I'll give the second one a smooth, honestly, a 7. It was a cool movie, bro. And it, honestly, the story was very well put together. The main character actually gives some sort of substance and isn't just in it to die, basically. I like when main characters are set up to actually do something inside the world. The world that you create, the main character should add to it in some way, shape, or form, or change it in some way, shape, or form. The character inside the first one kind of just was in it and then died. It doesn't even, I don't even think the first one is connected to the second one. The only thing about the first one that's connected to the second one is they're yo, did y'all hear what happened inside Woodsboro? Yo, that was a crazy thing. Anyway, Halloween's tonight. That's the only way that connects is by saying, yo, did y'all hear about what the fuck happened? Anyways, let's go on with our regular life. It kind of sets it up in that way. This one features two main characters. It is an older sister and a younger brother. The younger brother is looked at as kind of weird, as the movie starts. The sister kind of looks at him as weird. He's always inside his room doing like dark web shit, always researching weird ass things and stuff like that. All in all, the kid probably just interested in scary stuff like most of us are growing up. I probably was the same ass little kid growing up, just always like looking deeper into like scary movie sets and like figuring out how they did this and how this works and how the blood looks like blood, just like stuff like that. He's just looking into weird shit, and that's basically what it is. He's looking into these murders that was caused by Terrifier inside the first one. I won't explain this whole movie because like if it's a movie I genuinely kind of like a little bit, I'll leave it the icing on the cake, and then y'all go fucking eat it yourself and go watch it and shit like that. So I won't explain too much about what this movie is about and what it does, but it does set up these two main characters to kind of live thoroughly, I think, through the series. I even think they are kind of followed into the third movie. Like these characters are set up to actually be like the surviving girl and surviving boy of the series. Like I said, I don't know what happens inside the third one. I haven't seen it yet. The third one is now currently inside theaters. Honestly, might buy a little ticket for myself and go watch it this weekend, bro. Like that's how interested I am right now. Like the movie, it piqued my interest, bro. Like even a day or two after I watched it, I won't lie to you, I did kind of leave the house, because I leave the house really early when it's dark outside. I did kind of like look around corners a little bit, a little more than I usually do, bro. Like, oh shit, it's Terrifier behind there. Like it's it's a pretty scary movie, bro. I won't say it's like something that got me like in fear, but as somebody that watches a lot of scary movies, this clown is somebody that I would be scared of if he were real. I kind of base movies and stuff off that. Like Chucky, I could give a fuck less. The movies aren't really that scary because that nigga does not scare me. This clown is like a 6'4" maniac demon. That's something they didn't explain this at the first one. This nigga is a demon. Like it's not just some nigga dressed as a fucking clown, bro. I was thinking like some magic shit was used in the first one and that's how he survived, whatever the fuck. But the second one, it proves like he's otherworldly. Like this nigga, he has powers, like shit like that. Like apparently one of his powers is like you won't die until he wants you to die, and that's crazy. That's one of the craziest powers I've ever heard in my life, especially as somebody that kills niggas. Like you won't die until he's done with you. Like that's absolutely fucking insane, and that power is kind of explained in one of the kills inside this movie. If you guys have seen this movie, you're gonna know what I'm talking about. I won't explain the entire thing, but this kill that takes place, I think her name was Allison or Allie or something like that. It takes place in her bedroom, in her house. If you've seen the movie, that's the most violent kill I've literally ever seen in my entire life. Like there's nothing that has topped that, and there's nothing that will type that. But like before that, like one of the most violent kills I would have to say is probably the Jigsaw thing where like that shit ripped her fucking rib cage open. Like before, that's what it was, my nigga. But now it's like nothing is gonna top what happens inside that bedroom. It was just a whole bunch of just crazy shit. Like whatever you think is gonna happen, it multiplies it by 10 million, bro. Like that nigga's clearly a psychopath. And I would not want to die by the hands of that nigga. Let's just say that shit, bro. Like if he was real, I would not choose to fight the nigga or go near the nigga or even participate in any of the endeavors that would qualify me to be killed by this nigga. You got me fucked up, bro. And I'm kind of scared to go into Halloween's houses this day. I ain't gonna hold you. Haunted houses, shit like that, bro. It might be kind of raps for that year, because I know he's kind of drastically popular right now. And if a nigga go on a killing spree dressed as that nigga, I don't want to be a part of that bullshit. You ain't gonna catch me like, oh, it's a nigga in a haunted house killing niggas. Oh, but it's fake though. No, it's not. It's not. He's actually doing that shit, and he's dressed as a Terrifier clown. I'm not gonna be a part of that bullshit. But I will say this movie, I just wanted to make this video to just apologize, honestly, to the Terrifier niggas. The second one is drastically better than the first one, and I'm hearing the third one is drastically better than the second one. So this series, it may turn out to actually be one of the greats one today. I won't say he's up there with the fucking other four. That's kind of why I even like deep dived into it in the first place, because the niggas were saying basically like he's up there with Jason Voorhees and Freddy Krueger and Michael Myers and shit like that. And I was like, let me just go see what the fuck they talking about, bro. So I went and watched it, and he's not up there, but in the future I could see this younger crowd of niggas kind of putting him up there with the older crowd, with the classic niggas. Like I could see these kids growing up scared of this clown thing, like in the same way that the generation above me was scared of like Pennywise and shit like that. Like I can see them, him kind of replacing that spot that Pennywise once held, because now I kind of see like a lot of people thinking the old Pennywise movie, the old It movie, is very corny looking, and it just looks like he don't look that scary and shit like that. So I can see this new one taking the place of Pennywise, honestly, bro. I'm gonna go ahead and say it right there. So I'm sorry. Much love to the Terrifier niggas. If Terrifier is watching this, I take back everything I said. You know, much love to you. I really enjoy your work. Keep doing what you do out there. Just don't come to my city. I don't want to see you. I don't want to come into contact with you, because what it seems like is these niggas cannot kill you in any way. Like, they tried 10 trillion things and you just will not die. So I don't want to experience you even a little bit. So much love to you, bro. Much love to y'all, of course. Like I said, Smooth, I'll give it like a 7 out of 10. I'm getting the fuck up out of here. Check on your strong friends, pray for your enemies. I'll see you some up. And I'll see y'all niggas next one. Next reaction y'all might get is maybe Terrifier 3. Whichever I see first, either Terrifier 3 or Smile 2. You know, it is Halloween, so I'll try to get some, scary movie reviews out of there. At least like 4 or 5. I ain't trying to, this channel isn't really used to go crazy on. I'll just kind of upload it at a regular YouTube pace every now and then. So yeah, either Smile 2 or Terrifier 3, whichever one I see first, whether legally or, if it's Terrifier 3, I'll see it legally, because I want to support the nigga that came up from the ground up. If it's Smile 2, I can make no promises how I watch it. I might be Luffy. Who fucking knows, nigga? I'll see y'all next one. Peace!